Hello, and welcome to the Future Proof Podcast. This is our monthly podcast where we chat about stuff we've been working on and anything cool we're planning. I'm Melissa Avery Weir.
And I'm Gregory Avery Weir, and it is a spooky season at the moment.
It is. And with spooky season come a variety of game discounts on different storefronts. So we can say that there is an itch.io sale coming up. It will be broadcast all over its site, of course, and we'll have a post on our blog once it starts. Mm-hmm. But we will have all of our games, Ossuary, Rosette Diceless, Majesty of Colors. I'm surely forgetting something.
Well, I mean, Exploit Zero Day won't have an itch sale, but...
This is true. Yes.
It's still
that's
one
the
of
other
our
one.
games.
It is still one of our games. So all of our games that are on itch will be on sale. And I think it is reasonable for folks to assume that other places will also run sales for the spooky season.
Yep.
Can neither confirm nor deny. But
due to contractual obligations.
Exactly. So that's kind of exciting. I kind of like this season. It's a little more interesting to me than the Christmas season for discounts, just because you can kind of play up the horror aspect of, Ossuary. Both Ossuary and Majesty of Colors are very...
They've got monstrous elements to them.
Very well suited to the season. So yeah, keep an ear peeled for that. And then in other news, we took a bit of a break recently.
Yeah, you may have noticed we haven't had a podcast in a bit, and we've been a little quiet. And back in mid-September, I think that you, Melissa, were the person who kind of raised this, which was that, like, we've been working on future-proof games, like, full-time for years.
Right.
And, like, we've had day jobs and other stuff we've been doing, certainly, but, like, we don't tend to take time off because, small business is a thing where you're always on call and all that. And then I think you were like, hey, I'm talking with folks who are working in Europe, and some of them take entire months off.
Right. The whole European summer month thing that goes on.
Yeah, and it was like, are we practicing the values that we say that we espouse with regard to, like, what healthy labor looks like? And we were like, oh, no, we're not at all. And we were noticing that, like, this wasn't a healthy way for us to be doing our work. Like, we're
exactly.
not, I don't know that we're exploiting ourselves. Like, I don't know that you can make, like, a labor relations conversation there. But we were certainly, like, feeling burned out and coming to, like, dread going to work on FPG, which is not something we want to do.
Exactly.
So yeah, we took all of, I guess mid-August would have been when you would have mentioned it, because September was the month we took off.
Correct. And that is because I think folks at the company I work for, I think they took August off. And so in the US, we don't, and so there's sort of some gentle grumbling and stuff about projects on hold because, the parent company folks are gone, and I'm like, let them live. So yeah, that's sort of where the idea came from. And I remember back in 2012, 2013, when we were really kind of incorporating and figuring out, like, how to get Ossuary out the door and stuff like that, and what future-proof games was going to be. Part of it was, we are not going to do the American small business thing of grinding ourselves down to a pulp. And I think we haven't done that in a way that is...
Yeah, we've avoided a lot of other things. We haven't gone into enormous debt in order to start our business, for example.
Right. And we aren't... we are kind to each other. Like, there's certainly an environment we could have where we chastised each other for perceived productivity stuff, and we don't do that. So... But this felt like a much needed break to sort of regroup and work on side projects and stuff like that.
So yeah, we're back now.
We are.
You may have seen us streaming and on social media. We're going to be getting back to development on server maintenance and working on Rosette Diceless's supplement that is coming out hopefully real soon.
Yep.
And so that's it. But there's one thing that is not going to be continuing.
This is true. So we're kind of pulling together the state of our sort of community stuff, and there'll be a nice little article about this in this month's Future Proof newsletter. But we are going to go ahead and shut down the EZD newsletter. We started talking about that early this year. We sent out a couple of notices to people on that mailing list. We are not transferring subscriptions from the EZD newsletter to the Future Proof newsletter. That is sort of ethically sketchy, we think. People signed up for the Exploit Zero Day newsletter, not for news about all of our stuff. So if you are on the EZD newsletter, you need to sign up for the Future Proof newsletter. There'll be a link in the show notes, and there is a banner on futureproofgames.com that is adorably put together by Gregory. That links directly to the subscription. And it's a newsletter. Like, it's a newsletter with all the stuff we're doing. So I usually write a short essay about something. In this case, it's going to be sort of community management and the ways in which, you know, we're reflecting back on sort of the 1 year anniversary of our survey and how we think that's been going this year. And then, you know, latest streams, latest posts, updates on games, all that sort of stuff. So it's good things. And there's always a picture of one of my two cats who are very photogenic, I think. I mean, I guess I'm biased, but
I think they're very photogenic too.
Yeah.
And yeah, the normal Exploit Zero Day news that was in the other newsletter will show up in this one when it is happening. And there will be one final message out to the Exploit Zero Day newsletter that'll be like, hey, in case you missed it, here's where you sign up.
Yep.
But if you don't notice that, heads up.
So yeah, you can find all of our stuff, our news, our latest happenings, all of the games we have created over at futureproofgames.com. We're over on Twitter at PlayFutureProof and on YouTube as Futureproof Games. Hit us up with questions or comments over on the blog or social media. Our theme music is Juparo by Broke for Free, which is used with permission.